Right, I'm here with my man Lineal.
Lineal Ray, aka Sugar Ray from StayWeighedIn.
Stay from London.
Yeah.
What part of London?
East London.
East London.
Yeah, we out here.
All right. When I think of East London, I think of Kano,
Yeah.
Dizzy Rascal.
Yeah.
All right, all of my
Legends.
guys from out there, legends from the
Legend.
East.
Shout out Gets as well.
Oh, Gets, there you go.
Yeah.
So you out here in England, in New York City.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts so far of New York City and of this gym that we're at, Gleason's gym?
Man, I came here today off the whim. Was out in Williamsburg getting some nice food. That's one thing about New York.
Yeah.
The food options you like have out here.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. So, on a whim, I said, let me come down to Gleason's, already legendary gym. Shout out my boy Abbas. He was just like, he also suggested it. And then I just happened to come on media day.
There you go.
I know you from Undefeated Podcast.
That's how I know you, legend, but I never seen your face before.
Yeah, I know. I don't really show my face all the time. So I was just like, come up to Maestro. I said I had to show love. And listen, shout out to Maestro today. He showed me nothing but love. Helped me a lot with this media stuff. So, I got to pass on the love, man.
No doubt, appreciate it. And I
man.
appreciate all of the people out in the UK, some of the most knowledgeable boxing fans.
We try, man. We try.
All right, out there. So I'm going to ask you some questions about UK stuff. I want to find out about it, and you can ask me anything you want afterwards.
Yeah.
Let's start with the big one. AJ. Anthony Joshua, he's got the rematch taking place in Saudi against Alexander Usyk.
Yeah.
How you feeling about him with it? I call it a comeback fight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm nervous, I can't lie,
Yeah.
because obviously the first fight, it looked like if you second guess yourself once in the sport, it's over.
Yeah.
And to go in against someone as talented as Usyk, he's come up from cruiserweight, so I think people thought size-wise he might go in there and just get squashed by Anthony Joshua. He proved us all wrong.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua from the interviews now, switching up his things. He's moved from Sheffield to Loughborough. He's moved from, his old amateur team to Robert Garcia now, alongside Angel Fernandez. So a rejuvenated Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua who's, tunnel vision. And I hope it's tunnel vision. He's giving us the good game right now.
Yeah.
So I pray to God that it's tunnel vision, and I want him, free time, get that belt, and then we can finally do Fury against AJ, undisputed. No more long talk. We need to know who the champions are at heavyweight. So we'll see.
My concerns about this fight, I got a couple if I'm looking at it from the Joshua supporters' perspective.
Yeah.
Number one, you decided to change the team, but you kept Angel Fernandez.
Yeah.
This whole co-coaching situation, I've never seen Robert Garcia co-coach anybody.
Yeah.
So I'm interested. It's almost like experimenting on such a big fight. To me, if you're gonna go to Robert Garcia, go to Robert Garcia.
Yeah.
Why are you keeping somebody from the old team, the old system, in the program going into this big fight, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of one of my concerns in that regard. What do you think about that?
I think it depends, because from what I understand is Robert Garcia can't always be in the UK. So Robert Garcia is almost like an intermediary between Garcia and Anthony Joshua. He soaks up what Garcia is telling him, and whilst, Robert Garcia himself might be in America, you've got Angel Fernandez to go through the, everyday training with AJ, because not every day can be camp. So in terms of building your skill set, building, your traps and your strategy, you got Angel Fernandez there on an everyday basis. So for me, I don't see it as a bad thing, because you got to remember, Fernandez came in late into the AJ fold from his original time in McCracken. So I think it's more of a case of Angel Fernandez is his everyday guy, and Garcia is cool. We've got camp. He's the mastermind. Bring it in, and he's there to tap into the real AJ and get him not to second guess himself, because we saw in the last fight, he's got one person saying this, one person saying that. It's not uniform. So I think this time the biggest thing is we hope that there's a uniformity going into that fight, that AJ taps into the real him, and just, it's hard. Listen, man, all of us, we watch sports and we just shout at the screen, oh, just do this, just do that. To be at the highest level for this long, to have the pressure of the nation on their shoulders for this long, it takes its toll. As much as people think AJ superhuman, he is human. So I think the most important thing for me is I I want him to go in there mentally the best he can be. And when you're mentally right, you're going to be physically right. When you're physically right, all you can do is win. So, you know.
So you favoring AJ, it sounded like. Is this hope or is it expectation?
More hope than expectation.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to downplay Usyk. We already know, skillful guy. You know, pound for pound, great. For me, it's not too early to say that. Because how he won his cruiserweight belts, he let people know that I will take it from you.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I feel like Usyk is the slippery banana in this. But, you know, this time, you know the banana peel's on the floor, step over it, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm rooting for AJ. I can't not root for AJ.
Are you rooting for AJ because you want to see it for free? Because that's what Fury says is going to happen. It's going to be for free. It's going to be in the UK. It's not going to be on box office. It's not going to be on pay-per-view.
The guy that wanted $500 million and then next week he wants it for free.
Yeah.
The guy don't know what he wants. And now he's fighting Thor from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
The guy don't... What happened to Ngannou as well? Man, you can't... Listen, you see with Fury, until I see Fury doing the ring walk, I don't believe nothing. This is the same guy that got away with getting out the Vladimir Klitschko rematch. People always forget about that.
Yeah.
And we've had our past discussions regarding this. And it's like, I love Fury. I do. I think he's an excellent guy, but sometimes some of the BS that comes with it. And do you know what? He might be doing it on purpose. He might be like, do you know what? This is going to gain momentum for me.
It's a wind-up, man.
Yeah.
He's winded. This is my thing with Fury, right?
Yeah.
People act like what he says is supposed to be taken seriously. He's trolling the fuck out of fans.
I think
he's winding up fans, as they say in the UK.
There's trolling, and then, you know, sometimes when someone says something in a specific way, he doesn't give a tell-all on whether it's a troll or not.
Yeah.
The way he trolls makes you believe, makes the naive public believe it.
Yeah.
So then now you got people that believe it, like the whole oh, we're gonna do this for free. Even if he wanted to, the people you're in business with will not allow you to do it for free. So stop the bull crap. Stop the cap. We're in New York, so I have to say stop the cap. Stop the cap.
So let me ask you this. I got a segment that I started on my show, Mano a Mano with Kenny. I call it meaningful versus meaningless.
Okay.
Right? Is Conor Ben versus Chris Eubank Jr. actually a meaningful fight? Is it meaningful or is it meaningless?
Meaningless in the fact that if we're talking pure boxing wise, it's meaningless. Let's not beat around the bush. If we are talking commercial wise, it is meaningful and there's more upside to this for Conor Ben than it is for Eubank. Right now, Eubank, as great as he has been, he's become more of he likes to use his celebrity to, have big money fights. And at the end of the day, these guys are prize fighters. So guess what? If you're not going to go for the belts, go for the prize.
Is he serious about being a world champion?
At this point, no.
Because I saw him call out, not Tommy Fury, Jake Paul, who's fighting here next week. Did you see that?
Yeah, the bag is there to be collected.
So in England, are people taking this brother serious?
I think he's polarizing, so there's going to be people that like him for him, and there's going to be people that's going to dislike him no matter what. Eubank can get a world title, and there's going to still be people that dislike him, but I guess for him is, as long as you tune in, he's happy. Whereas now, it's become a slippery slope of, I get you want, as long as you have eyes on you, it's a good thing, but I don't always believe in all press is good press. Sometimes bad press is bad press. And sometimes you don't want to muddy, because you got a big name on your shoulders, Eubank. That is a big name, not even just in UK boxing, in world boxing. Your dad was the guy. So to now be seen or perceived as others as a celebrity boxer is not a good look, especially given the fact that Eubank Sr. initially told him, I don't want you to go down this path because I know what it entails. So the fact he was headstrong to go into it, you've got to give kudos for it. But if you're going to do that, uphold the family name correctly. And I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just talking about the perception that others might see of it. Like I said, for me, you're a prize fighter, get your prize. But that prize might come at a consequence. That's all I'm saying.
So you're here for Danny Garcia against Jose Benavidez Jr.
Yeah.
You talked to me about wanting to go to the fight.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this whole experience, the media experience, seeing the fighters?
Yeah.
You more amped up for this fight now?
Definitely. I think for me, like I said, this was like off the whim. Like I didn't plan to go here today. It was more we were outside.
And look at it, now you're at Gleason's gym.
Yeah, legendary Gleason's gym.
Okay.
As I stepped inside today, and at first I was just looking at everyone getting in their workouts. I got here early, and it was just like, you know, piece of history.
Yeah.
Historic building. And then I saw just a sheet on the side of the reception saying Danny Garcia workout. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll come on a good day, good timing. And man, it's just been an experience of seeing a lot of guys. I was very impressed by Gary Antoine Russell, like his demeanor, how he's looking, him and his brothers, how they carry themselves.
I like that chemistry.
Yeah.
You got the head coach, the oldest brother, outside of the ring. You got the younger brother inside of the ring, holding the mitts for the younger brother.
Yeah.
I liked what I saw.
For sure.
Especially coming off of the fact that obviously their father passed.
Exactly.
And they're dealing with that as a family.
Yeah. I think you need that the camaraderie amongst the brothers is nice to see, and I think it's a good story to take into this fight and to show people. If he puts on a performance, he was in his interviews calling out Tank. He was saying like he's going to be at 140, but he said, listen, anyone can get 140, or whether he goes down 135, anyone can get. He's on PBC. There's a lot of big, you know, lightweights on PBC. So the world is his oyster. And listen, man, I know Josh Taylor already dropped 2 belts.
Yeah.
He's going to face Carroll.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think I hear it, because once you get undisputed, sometimes people don't realize you have to pay sanctioning fees to every governing body.
It's like 3% per belt.
Yeah. So maybe his thing is, I'm in the history books, I got undisputed, I defended undisputed, even though controversially. So now it's like, I can drop some of the belts, I'll keep some because you still won the world champion title, face Jack Carroll, do that rematch, and let's hope that, you know, I understand that the weight drain is a lot in his body right now. So let's hope that he gets a nice exit out of 140. I just want a good match at 140. And from then on, that's 2 more belts that might, if Josh Taylor wins, that's 2 belts that he might drop out and move up to 147. And then Gary Antoine Russell can maybe go for them belts. And on the other hand, if Jack Carroll gets it, then he's the new guy. And you know, I don't think he has a main promoter. So Gary Antoine Russell.
Is he getting respect for this though in England? Because they were slagging him off hard. I'm trying to use my UK term.
I like it.
In it.
You know what I'm saying?
So because look, I thought it was a close fight. I thought it could have gone either way. A lot of people went at me on the undefeated.
No,
they didn't
way,
like that perspective.
I'm not gonna lie. Rewatching it,
Yeah.
that was Carroll's fight.
All right, it was Catterall's fight. Okay, let's say it was Catterall's fight.
Yeah.
Josh Taylor got the decision, but he's dropping belts to give this dude a rematch.
Yeah.
Does he not get
Commendable.
respect for that in
Yeah,
England?
it
He
has to
dropped
be
2
commendable.
belts to make this rematch happen.
I think the issue is that Josh Taylor, I think after the fight, he went and got married.
Yeah.
So he's not been on social. So it kind of looked like when Jack Carroll was calling him out, it looked like it was stuck in him. But in reality, these boxers also have real lives, and Josh Taylor's probably like, I want to shut this guy up, but I'm prepping for my wedding.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing, and you know, you want to keep your missus happy, so he's probably like, just been like, I'm not going to entertain this whilst I prep for my wedding. And you see now, Josh Taylor's gone through that, and now he's doing more appearances saying, I want the Jack Carroll fight. Apparently,
And he wants to shut him up.
yeah, and listen, and he has to go in there and do it, because I'm sure he's rewatched that fight and said to himself, that's not a good look.
He said it wasn't a good night for him, right?
Yeah.
Any interest in next week's fight between Hassan Rahman Jr. and Jake Paul?
Listen, the cruiserweight fight to watch right now is Billum Smith against Chamberlain in the UK in Bournemouth. That's the cruiserweight fight I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Other than that, that guy that's fighting next week, he's not getting the buzz that he thought he would get. That's what I think it is.
No.
I'm not addressing his name. And it's all love to him. Listen, man.
Would you bring up Tommy Fury's name? Or he doesn't get any respect either?
I'm not saying no respect, but it's just like you've dropped out a couple times.
Yeah.
Carry on with your career and build your name up in the UK.
Yeah.
Yes, you can't find the US right now. Then build your name up in the UK. Make Jake Paul want to come to you, because if you notice, Jake Paul's popularity in regards to boxing, not in regards to overall, because I'm not in that space.
Yeah.
In regards to boxing, his pay-per-views ain't doing what they used to do because he needs a compelling character to face. So whether he loses this and faces KSI, I know in that whole YouTube world that's a big thing, but Tommy Fury on his part, I feel like build up your resume, because you can't live off the Love Island fame that he had before. Get a few wins off of decent opponents.
Yeah.
And then make Jake Paul come to you. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas now it looks bad on Tommy because it looks like you're chasing him, but you're the one that comes from a fighting family. You can't be doing that. You're the Furies. You're not meant to be.
Yeah, you're not meant to be losing to a quote unquote novice boxer.
Yeah.
But he's a novice boxer himself.
Of course.
And the thing is, I think he gets worked by these guys at 175 in England. England, no joke.
Oh, listen.
England's second to only Russia, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to light heavyweight.
You've seen the light heavyweight. We've got killers: Dan Aziz, Craig Richards, Joshua Buatsi, Anthony Yardy fighting Beterbiev.
Not to mention Callum Smith. Not to mention Callum Johnson. I mean, it's the UK, England in particular, is stacked. Lyndon Arthur stacked at 175.
I've got a feeling I've left out some people. If I have, sincere apologies, but there's so many in that division, and it's killers.
There you go.
Man, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Well, Lineal, I'm looking forward to connecting more with you.
Come on, man.
We connected through the Undefeated. We're going to keep the connection going.
For sure, man.
Your channel for everybody that subscribed to me.
StayWeighedIn. So that's all one word, StayWeighedIn. Show love, subscribe. We're going to be bringing in more content. We've got film some content today. So that's StayWeighedIn on YouTube and all socials as well. As always, shout out Maestro. This guy.
Check me out if you subscribe to him.
Listen, man.
Maestro A, look me up.
He's shown nothing but love from London to New York.
Respect, fam.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Absolutely.
Nice one.